Miss Lavelle White is a real legend. Not because she's 83. I know it's hard to believe that. Look at her. It's beautiful. But she's been a major influence on blues music for decades. Miss Lavelle was born in Amite, Louisiana. Mississippi claims she was born there. She knows where she was born. She was born in Amite, Louisiana. She now lives in Austin, Texas. Miss Lavelle began writing poetry and songs when she was 12, and she said that was because of hardships that she began to write. We're going to talk to her about that. Like many blues artists, she began singing gospel, and at the age of 16, she moved to Houston, where she was eventually drawn into the blues scene. She recorded a string of singles and performed with such blues icons as B.B. King, Sam Cooke, Otis Redding. She didn't record any full-length albums until 1994 when she recorded Miss Lavelle, and then she recorded It Haven't Been Easy and Into the Mystic. Miss Lavelle has been nominated 4 times for the W.C. Handy Award, and she was named Best Act by the Austin Chronicle. She has been inducted into the Houston Hall of Fame, Music Hall of Fame. Her first break came when she wrote the song, If I Could Be With You. So let's start with that, Miss Lavelle.
Sure.
Yeah, welcome. We're so excited to have you, and we do look like sisters, so if y'all notice
so much, sister. Thank you.
Yeah.
It's a pleasure. I mean, I've been waiting on this, and this is such a pleasure. I mean, hey, what can I say, man? This is Baton Rouge, and this is home, Louisiana. Me, all down here, like Greensburg, Louisiana, where all my family is.
Yes.
Hey, man, this is it. I'm right at home.
Oh, yes, and we're so glad you're here.
And I'm gladder than you are.
And now that's pretty glad then. Okay, so I'm Maxine Crump, and I want to start off by talking about when you broke into the blues scene with that song, If I Could Be With You.
Okay, here's the whole deal there. You remember Johnny Copeland?
Heard of him?
He
Yeah.
was from Houston. He's a Houston, guy. And I was singing with him with his band, and he taken me to Don Roby, and Don Roby liked that song. So this is how I got on the label of, a Peacock label.
And you wrote it, so tell us the story of that song.
That was a guy I wrote about that I wanted to be with. And we was together for some times after this song. So this guy, he was a musician. We went all through Chicago, all through Houston, band playing together, and it was a wonderful, wonderful scene. Wonderful scene. We both was in love, you know how it is back then.
Yeah, I know how
when you're in your teens. So it's been like, music is something that I think everybody should really appreciate, because music is like being, like you get up in the morning, you know what I mean? And you feel bad, and you put on you some music, and you put that music on, and you start playing that music, you're gonna feel better. You know what I mean? I don't care what kind of music it is, spiritual, blues, western, country, whatever. I love all of it. I love opera. I love all music. I think all music is entitled to a label of life. Music is life.
So loving all music, and when you choose blues as your expression of it,
right.
How do you decide that you will express through that type of music, through blues as opposed to some of the others?
Well, here's what's happening with that. You see, like where I was born, when my mother and them used to be in the fields, we would hear people singing blues. We like picking cotton, hoeing cotton, and stuff like. I used to ride on my mother's sack, as I say in the song, Mississippi My Home. I used to ride on my mother's sack while she was singing and pick cotton. She was a Christian lady. She also played piano. And I would ride on her sack, and I would hear her singing, and I would hear people over in the fields singing.
So your influence was gospel and blues very young.
Was gospel at 12 years old.
And what started you to writing? I mean, just because you heard the others, or what, you said it had to do with hardships?
You know,
of course, picking cotton is hardship.
it's like angels have sing songs to me. And it still happens. Like I come up with a song, angel sings to me like in a dream. And I will come up after they do it, like eventually, it might be 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. I would start writing, you know, some of the things that I heard in the song in the dream. And this is how I started writing.
Where the angels sang to you.
That's right.
And then you translated it through your own emotions and experience.
To the world.
Wow.
Yes. That's it. And that's life. And I have a movie that I'm in, and I want you all to look at it if it comes here. It's called When Angels Sing. There's Miss Marsha Balls. There is Carolyn Wonderland, myself, Willie Nelson, and a lot of different people in this movie. And it's a real great movie. And I have a split second of a song that I did.
Oh, that's a loss for
And
them.
it's beautiful. Then I have another movie that I'm in. It's entitled The Magnificent Dead. And you can find all these things on the internet. You look for them.
Awesome. So what took you to Houston?
Well, what taking me to Houston, I had a brother there. And I moved from where I was in Mississippi to my brothers to be with them. And this is how I got really started.
Mm. So did you start out by going to listen to other artists? Or?
Yes, I would go to nightclubs. I would sneak out, crawl out the window.
Oh, yeah. At 16, you had to.
But at 16, it wasn't as bad as it is now because nobody bothered you. Nobody, you know, you had no worry about no skepticism or anything like that because everything was real cool back there, I thought. I think it's, you know, it's cool now. It's nothing wrong with anything. I love everything. I love what's going on. I love my music. I love people. I love fans, and I have plenty of fans, you know.
So when did you know you were good? You
Oh,
could really
I'm
sing.
not going to say I'm good yet.
Oh, well, we say so. So when did we start to show you we thought you were good?
Well, you all started to show me when I was good, about 20 years old.
Uh-huh.
And this is when I really stretched out. Because really I was sort of bashful when I would get on stage because people would say, oh, she can't sing, get her down from there, you know. Like never. And since I've been older, I have some people, I don't want to see her, she's too old, you know.
Gee whiz.
You know how it is, you know. They be young and they don't want to see you because you're too old. They don't know what you can do, you know.
So those who wanted to see you ended up being B.B. King.
Right.
So
B.B. King was the first guy I went out with. We went to Chicago, and he taken me to Chicago. And I work with people like the Drifters, B.B. King. I work with the Isley Brothers, Johnny Guitar Watson. All of those people, and like, you know, I work with Earl King, and back in the late 70s and the early 60s, there was a guy here called Rudy, and he had a radio station. And
Rudy Tootie?
Rudy Tootie.
I know Rudy
and,
Tootie.
He and I, you know, and he used to book things, and I was on his show, and, you know, I used to be on the radio with him. And it was a great thing, and I can remember that, and I never will forget it. And I used to live here in Baton Rouge. I lived here for about 5 years.
Wow.
It was wonderful.
Did you play when you were here? I mean,
Yeah,
did you?
I played at some of the clubs when I was here. I forgot.
Do you remember any that you played at?
I can't remember the name of some of the clubs, but I played around town.
Yeah.
I know, I love Baton Rouge.
Yeah. Was it the Blue Bull?
Yes, yeah, right. You remember, get it for me, girl.
I remember.
Get it for me. Yeah, it was. And, you know, Rudy was just one of the best DJs that I had ever
Yes, he was really
seen.
good. And he was hired out a lot, you know, to come and play at clubs himself. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So with all of these people you played with and all these songs you wrote, and you wrote a lot of singles, what made you wait so long to record a full album?
Well, it was, I guess, because I hadn't been listened to, wasn't anybody listening to what I was saying and what I was trying to do. So when I moved to Austin, Clifford Antone heard me, and he said, I want you to do an album. I said, cool, you know. And so I came on out and did that album. So then I did a second one, then I did a third one. And then I started going like overseas to Paris and Italy and a lot of different places. And it taken off over there. So this was it, man. And ever since then, I'm here.
Ah, yes. So you were a songwriter, and now artists who have your talent to write music and perform the way you have, they're almost taken around on a red carpet.
Right.
So why do you think it's slow for people to realize that a blues artist is just as much of a genius as some of these others today?
Well, I tell you, I guess it's because some of it is race. You understand?
Uh-huh.
I speaks out. I don't hide anything. I speaks out where it's due. Some of it is race.
So would that be like they think, well, she just sings like that, it's not hard, it's nothing, it's no effort, so they don't see it as...
Yeah, it's a gift. They don't want to give you the credit for the gift.
So it's just a gift, it's not a talent.
Right.
Yeah, I got you.
And they don't want to give you the seniority. I tell you this because there is people that don't understand what you're doing, because sometimes I look back at myself and I love people and I want to be with people, but sometimes they will, you know, do one of these numbers, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but there are so many people that love what you do.
Oh, yes.
So, do you have trouble separating from those that
No,
have the negative
them,
side?
I love them just the same. I think the same thing about them that think that way.
Yeah.
Well, I love you, you know.
Yeah.
I
But
love
your
you.
music tells a lot about the hardships in relationships.
Oh, yes.
So...
It hasn't been easy. And
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it haven't been. you
So
know.
when you say it haven't been easy being with
That's
you...
true. That's true.
What
That's
is
really
the
true.
story there in that song?
That story, that it hasn't been easy because it's been really a hard life. Music is not the easiest life that it is. People think it's a bed of roses, but I love it. I'm not going to give it up. I'm quiet in it. And because of saying that it's not a bed of roses, because you have a hard time of realizing, you know, of the things that you want to do and you can't do them because of the holdback.
The way the business is set up?
Yes, the way it's set up. And then, like it might be, you be wanting a gig, and they take that gig away from you and give it to somebody else. And you be waiting, you know. But
so you've had a lot of the downside of the industry.
yes,
You've had
I've had
a lot of
downsides.
of the blues. So a lot of people sing the blues from their experience, and
right,
you're one of those.
That's it. That's what I do, because it's really true. Because you take the blues. The blues is not an integrated thing. Everybody has the blues, right? Can I get a witness on that? Everybody have the blues.
The microwave is too slow, I got the blues.
Yeah, the microwave is too slow, throw it in the oven, let it get warm. If it's old, if it's 2 or 3 days old, eat it anyway, you know. But anyway, saying that, you know, blues is just a thing, you know. Blues is something that we cannot do without.
So then what about those who say, oh man, I don't want to listen to blues, that makes me feel sad? Do you find that people respond as if they're feeling sad when they hear the blues
Yeah, they
lyrics?
do. I don't want to hear no blues. That's sad. I don't.
But when you watch the audience that's come to
It's a
see you,
different
what do they?
thing.
How do they respond?
A lot of them respond good. A lot of them, you know, like if I sing, like a lot of them turn their back and walk off when I sing the blues.
Right, but
Yeah.
those who stay,
Yeah.
do they
Yeah.
seem happy? Because what I look at, they do.
Some of them seem happy, but
They're
a lot
feeling
of them
better.
turn their back and walk away.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear that, you know. But you see, that's where it all came from.
Yeah, of course. But when you sing it, do you feel better?
I do.
We
I
feel
do.
better listening too.
Yeah, I sing the blues because I feel good.
They'll witness that. They feel better when they hear you.
Yes. And I will tell all of you young people that's trying to come up in the blues, whoever you are, wherever you are, keep doing it. Don't let the blues die, okay? Don't let it die. Amen. That's right.
Well, the Baton Rouge Blues Foundation.
Don't let the blues die, because if you don't, you know, all the other stuff out here, I love all music, as I can say. I love all music. But blues is the foundation
Of all 20th century music in America.
Right. We can have any kind. We can have rock. We can have soul, which I do a lot of soul music. I sing soul, a lot of soul. But blues is something that all of this came from. And all the blues came from spiritual music.
And when I hear a blues artist sing, they find a deeper feeling that I might not be able to find. I'm thinking in my head about something. Then when I hear the music, it goes inside of me, and I can find the place in me emotionally.
Yeah, because a lot
that those words
of people
are
are just prejudiced against the blues. That's what I was saying before.
Yeah.
But you shouldn't be.
Yeah.
The blues is the foundation. You know what I'm saying? Blues is the foundation. Don't be prejudiced against the blues.
So what do you say to blues lovers? Because there are
Love
a lot of
it.
them. They're
Keep
here.
loving it, because I do. And the blues will never die. It will never die. See, I work. That's right. That's right, sweetie. You're right.
Actually, you don't look 83.
Well, I am.
So are your friends 83?
Yes.
You have friends that are 83?
Yes, a few of them are 83. Yes.
And they look like you?
And some of them look, some of them. Well, you know, I take care of myself. I get around, but I take care of myself. And, you know, it's like, my thing is being around people. I love people.
Yeah.
And that's what keeps me going in my blues and my singing. And people like you, great people out there now. I love you. You just, you know, you got my heart as well as I want yours. And we're going to have a good time tonight.
So what do you have lined up for us?
Oh, I have a lot of stuff lined up there for you.
Are you going to do It Haven't Been Easy?
Yeah.
Oh, God, thanks.
Let's see.
You got to do that one.
Where is that? It haven't been easy on there? I don't think so. I don't think the band rehearsed that.
No, don't.
No.
Oh.
Yeah,
Well, I know you're going to do some good stuff. Now, when you sing, what expressions do we hear? Like, there are those who do moans and wails, and, you know, is all of yours in the lyrics, or do you make sounds in your blues other than just the words?
I make sometimes little sounds.
Yeah,
like
I
that.
like the sounds.
Yes, and you know, I recorded this by Stevie Wonder, "Living for the City."
Yeah.
And it's one of the best things on my CD, the last one I did.
Oh, that's great.
And I wanted to do Mississippi My Home. I don't know if it's on there or not.
And a Van Morrison song, I mean, Into the Mystic.
Yeah, Into the Mystic.
What led to that recording?
I do it quite in the end on stage a little different, like, you'll see what I'm saying when I do it. And all the songs that I do, I never sing them like the artists. Just like the one by Al Green, Never Found a Woman. I said, Never Found a Man. That's an Al Green song.
Yeah, yeah.
And people don't even know that that's an Al Green song.
You style it. And that's what I say. You've been a major influence for decades.
Different style.
And this is one way. So artists who are trying to find someone to sound like, what do you tell them, the young artists?
Sound like yourself.
And how do you find that voice?
Well, you have to dig down deep to find it in your soul. You have to dig down deep to find that voice of your own. You're born with it. You just got to find it, you know?
So is it okay to start imitating another singer that you really like on your way to finding your voice?
You can do that, but I never did.
Ah.
I always would, when I first started to take other people's songs and just sing them like myself. you
Yeah.
know. And just like Lead Me On, that song, I wrote that
yeah.
song. And I sold it back to Roby for $100 because it's back to me now. It never left, you know. So I wrote it for Bobby Bland, and
Ah.
he did it.
Okay.
And that song was just especially came to me in a dream. And then I went.
Why Bobby Bland? Did he
Yeah,
ask for it or
because
you?
it fit
fit.
fitted his character. It fitted his voice. It fitted him, you know, all over. I mean, it was just for him.
Careers have peaks and valleys. Talk about when your career had peaks and how many times did it peak, and are you at a new peak now?
Right now, I am at a new peak.
Thought so.
And I was at a low peak, say about 5 or 6 years ago. But then I was brought up by God, because God is always there. And if you pray and believe in him, you shall overcome.
And Marsha Ball came into your life around that time,
That's right,
too.
she
Yeah.
did. Marsha came into my life, and I wrote a song for her. And that helped me get out there, and, you know. And like artists like Buddy Guy and Junior Wells.
Oh, yeah.
I know all those people. And, you know, back in Chicago, I stayed in Chicago for a while.
I did hear that.
I worked there at the Kingston Mines, you know, and it was beautiful. And everybody there, I knew Lefty Diz, he was my buddy. Yeah, I knew all those people.
So what was your favorite time in your career? Was that in the 50s and 60s?
Yes, and the last of the 70s.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
blues was flourishing a lot
Yeah,
more
it
then,
was,
everywhere.
it
It was
was.
very
It was really
acceptable. So I
flourishing.
guess that's why I can see why you may be a little disappointed that people aren't as forthcoming to come out
Yeah,
and hear the blues
they
like they
just-
used to.
no,
But we're
they-
bringing that back. You see
Yeah,
that.
you see, I tell you another thing too. I have noticed with the blues, even B.B. King and them, you know, the blues are not what it used to be.
Yeah.
And you knew when B.B. King comes out, he is so hot. And I just love him. He's like a big brother, you
Yeah.
know. And what it is, people banishing the blues, you know, but they shouldn't banish the blues. The blues is our heritage.
Well, all of the music that they are recording, all the popular music that's being recorded today has its roots in blues. Now, whether they
Yeah,
know it or not, it's
that's
all
where it
coming.
came
It's all,
from.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's in their music.
That's what I'm saying. And we shouldn't fight the blues. We should help build it up.
So, the 50s, talk about that time. What
Oh,
was,
when I
what,
first
because,
started?
yeah, the music, I mean, blues was everywhere. It was the
Yeah,
music.
That
It was flourishing.
it. That
Yeah.
was it. The blues was it because Gatemouth Brown, all those people, you know,
Yeah.
in the blues. We had everybody like Johnny Otis and back there and Lil Esther and everybody like that, you know, and Dinah Washington, and, you know, she was singing blues, but it was a different,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
beautiful stuff.
Yeah.
And I was a kid, and I was just in love with all that, you know.
And
It
as a
still
kid,
is.
with your mom playing gospel and everything, what did she think about when you went over to blues?
Uh-oh. She didn't, she didn't like it. She didn't like it. You know, she wanted me to stick to church.
Yeah.
And you know how it is, a kid don't stray away anyway, you know.
Yeah, you had to
Do
be
what
you.
They want to do. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So did that work out for her? Did she finally say, well, okay,
she
that's what you're going to
She
do?
finally grew to it. Yes, yes, she did. Bless her, I love her so much. I loved her so much. She passed away and left me, but, you know, that will never die, you know. And the blues will never die in my heart, my soul. It's going to always be there. I don't care what else come up. I don't care how much music I hear. The blues is still there. As I said, I love opera, and I do a little opera thing and some of my stuff. But the blues is still there.
Well, what we'd like to do is get you to sing with an orchestra.
I would love it.
Yeah, you know.
I would love it. I love classical music. I love all of it.
Yeah, if the Baton Rouge Symphony invited you to
Oh,
perform
sure.
with them.
Don't ask me. You know I would.
Yeah, well, I'll ask them.
You know I would. You know I would.
Yeah.
So it's just such a pleasure being here talking to you wonderful people. And I know you're going to enjoy the show today. So we're going to celebrate the blues.
Well, I think some of them are going to want to talk to you.
Sure.
So, Stephen, is this a good time? Do we go to the audience?
Beautiful.
All right, okay. So if anybody want to talk to Miss Lavelle White,
Just come on and ask.
the righteous
Shall be given.
legend. This is our own Louisiana woman here.
Hi there.
So
How
you can
are
go right there to the mic, and then that way you'll be recorded, and the rest of them that's on the radio listening to you on Clear Channel will be able to hear as well.
The first time I heard you was in Austin at Marcia Ball's great big birthday bash.
Oh, yes.
With all the women, and I was so impressed, and she loves you so much. She's a very
And I
good-
love her, too.
She's a very good friend of mine, too.
Oh,
and
yes.
You are
yes.
wonderful.
Wonderful woman. Wonderful.
I thank you for being here today.
Thank you for being here. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, someone else, come on up.
Thank all of you for being here. Thank you. Don't
Look,
be
this is
afraid.
an intimate setting.
Don't be
and,
afraid
you
of
know,
me.
You can just come
I
on up
don't
and
bite
ask.
on. I don't bite. You know, like on Saturdays. Maybe
I mean,
Mondays or Tuesdays.
You know, it's chances like this that they have to talk to you, and maybe you used to be bashful, now they still are.
Yeah,
But,
no,
you know,
yeah.
but this is an opportunity. I mean, they could be mesmerized by the fact that they're looking at a legend and actually seeing you in the flesh.
Yes.
It's not a chance they want to miss. That's why
Right
they're
on,
here.
Right on.
But, you know, just the mic's right there.
Right.
Come on up.
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon.
Hello. How are you?
I came in late. Maybe you answered this, explained this, but did you have formal music education?
No.
You did?
Never had any.
How'd
Never
you-
had
how'd you
voice
really-
lesson.
How'd you really get into music?
Well, my mother, as I was saying before, I sing in church.
How far apart is gospel and blues as far as
It's closed.
it's close? So.
Mhm. Yeah, because when you sing blues and like you do gospel like I do, oh happy day, when he washed my sins away, and then you might do a, oh baby, baby don't you wanna go, you know, like it's right next to each other.
So
you know.
blues is spiritual as well.
It is. It is. That's
I
what
mean,
I'm saying.
yeah.
It is. It's spiritual. It's not too much different in the blues and spiritual because
Awesome.
that's what it invented from.
Yeah. Someone else? It's getting good. Y'all come on up.
I think they scared.
I mean, she's very warm and welcoming, and she would love your questions, and I would too. Great, come on. Come on up.
I have one more question.
Sure. As
Are
many
you
as you
from Austin originally?
I'm living there now.
She's from Louisiana.
Oh, really?
Amite. She was born in Amite.
Okay. Well, she's a Louisiana woman. That's even better.
Yeah, someone who came in a little bit late, and I introduced her as born in Amite, but that's good. I'm just letting the radio listeners know that they won't think that you were sitting here and didn't hear, because she listens well. All right, so someone else. The smiles say you have questions and thoughts, and you're really enjoying her, and she would love to, if you just want to make a comment, if you just want to say something to her, it would be a great chance to do that now. When fans come up to you when you're performing and they just want to talk to you, what do they seem to talk to you most about? What do they want to know about you the most?
Most of them want to have like pictures made with me. They want to know when I started, what I'm doing, and where I'm going, you know. That's the main thing.
So what's next for you? Where are you going next? You going to record another album?
Yeah, I'm supposed to be recording an album about next 3 months.
Mm-hmm. So you're still writing as well?
Oh, my goodness.
You write
yes.
all the time?
I got gobs of songs that I write.
What inspires your writing other than the angels singing to you?
What inspires my writing? It's just the feeling. I sit down and I hear things in my ears, and then I get up and write it,
Mm-hmm.
and, you know, put it on tape
Mm-hmm.
and play it back and see what I missed.
Yeah. So can you still write hurt love songs if you?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got plenty.
Well,
I got
you-
stacks of music
Yeah.
that I've written. Also, I do a little painting, too.
Yeah. Oh,
Artist.
really?
Mm-hmm. I do a little bit. And we just did a show with Marsha Balls and a lot of other the ladies in Austin. We did a show. They recorded all my songs, and it's an album. So we did the record release party about 2 nights ago, and it came out beautiful.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So if you weren't a singer, what else would you want to be?
I would probably be a nurse.
No kidding.
Hmm.
And that's because?
That's because really I feel for people. I want to help people, and I want to do things to make other people happy.
Well, I think the blues is healing, so.
Yeah, I think, you know, like in the world, I just want happiness. It's just not enough happiness in the world.
But you know, people have to feel their feelings, the good ones and the bad. So you're not going to be happy unless you feel all of your feelings.
That's right.
And I think the blues goes that whole range.
Yes.
And isn't that why once you hear all of the range of emotions,
Yeah.
that it's released from you and now you can get up and dance?
Right, right.
I think I'm
And
on to something here.
Blues is something that are supposed to make people happy, but it seems like I don't know. I don't know what it is that some people don't understand about the blues.
Well, what if we just let them do what they do? And because we
We'll
got a lot of.
we'll do what ourselves want to do.
Yeah,
right?
let's encourage the blues fans that are
Yeah,
out
we're
there.
going to encourage it.
Yeah.
We're going to keep it going on.
Oh,
we
you
gotta
know
keep
it.
going on. You
Yeah.
know that. We
So-
can't let it die. We
Yeah.
can't let it die. We
Yeah,
just
come on,
can't do
Stephen.
it.
Stephen's got a question.
Hey, Miss Lavelle.
Hello.
First of all, I want to say what a pleasure it is to have a legend before us.
Well, thank you so
You know,
much.
we don't have a lot of chances to say this. Most times people say anything about a legend when they're dead and gone.
That's what they do.
But if we could just put our hands together for her right now and just show how much
Yes.
we truly appreciate her.
Thank you.
I just felt that sitting over there. But I heard about this song that Miss Maxine was sharing with us, and thinking that you were about to sing it later. What's this?
It haven't been easy.
It hasn't been easy.
Yeah.
No, well,
No,
it
no,
haven't.
not it hasn't been easy.
It hasn't.
It haven't been easy.
It
That's the
haven't.
name of the song.
It
It
haven't
haven't
been
been
easy.
easy.
Can we get a taste of it?
Yeah. It haven't been easy loving you, but I've tried. It haven't been easy loving you, but I've tried.
Oh, boy. Maybe we could talk the band into adding that one. Oh, my God. Woo. I wish I could just pop off and sing like that. What a talent.
And I just woke up. Haven't had any lunch yet.
Oh, no.
Haven't had anything. But I feel good.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're so sweet, you guys are. But to all of you that don't want to talk to me, I'm getting angry with you.
Yeah, well, come on up. We want her
No,
happy
I'm
when she
not.
gets
I'm
on
just
stage.
kidding. No, I'm not. I'm just kidding. I'm having fun. I'm very crazy. I love to have fun with people.
Yeah.
I mean, Maxine and I, when she did the interview with me, I was in Austin at my place, and she was here. She did the interview with me, and I got kind of crazy. She know I'm kind of crazy. I love her so much. How about giving Maxine a big round of applause,
Oh,
y'all,
wow.
please?
Gee.
That's my baby.
Well, thank you.
Girl. You know,
Yes.
we look sort of a little alike, don't we look alike a little bit? That's what I know. You know, I mean, hey, you never know. You got a twin everywhere you go, right?
Yeah.
That's my twin.
Yeah.
Well, she's younger than I am, you know, but she's still my twin. Might
Just
be
a
my
little.
sister, I don't know.
Might be. We'll say we are.
Yeah, we will. We are sisters anyway.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
We're born in the same month.
But it's just such a pleasure to be here with you all today. And I love you so much. And we're going to have a good time this evening. So, you all, hello there.
I was wondering, could you name some of the performers that have influenced you the most, or that you admire the most?
Well, the most people that influenced me was people like Donna Washington, Ella Fitzgerald. Let me see who else. And then way back there, Etta James.
Oh.
And people, you know, like Lord Fulson. I know you heard
Oh,
of him.
yes, Lord Fulson.
Yes,
Lord Fulson.
him. I worked with him. And I had people like just the whole gob of people influenced me.
Were some of the people not famous that influenced your singing?
Oh, yes, sure. Some of them still that's not famous influenced me because I love all musicians and all entertainers. I don't care who they are.
But are there some people who aren't even recording artists, like people in the church? Did they influence your singing?
Sure, they do. That's from God. I love spiritual.
Yeah, so some of the people in the church growing up, did they?
Yes.
Your mom was one of them?
Uh-huh.
What's your mom's name?
Melissa.
Wow. And was there a lady in church that wore big hats that was an influence?
Yes.
That's usually one.
Yes, her name was Jean.
Ah.
Way back then, I was a little kid, and she really was, she was out there, she had that voice, that great big voice.
Yes.
I mean, big, you know, and she could sing high.
She didn't even
low.
have to sing into a mic, did she? I know.
Back then, they didn't have microphones.
Yeah.
They didn't have microphones when I was coming up 12 years old and singing. They didn't have mics. They would sing, and that little ringing would go all over the church. You didn't need a microphone.
Mm-hmm.
Their voice was so heavy, you know, and loud and everything. It was just beautiful. And still is. There's some places now that they don't have mics in church.
Yeah.
Little country churches.
Uh-huh.
I goes to them sometime just
Yeah.
for that.
Oh, yeah.
It's beautiful.
Who's keeping my time? I don't know. Can I see you? Okay, that's you? I'm good? Okay. Oh, we got somebody at the mic. We'll go
Hi.
with that.
Yeah, I had some more questions.
Yeah, sure, great.
Were there any jazz musicians, non-vocalists, instrumentalists that you admire, and also musicians in the classical music genre? And the second question is, how far have you traveled around the world? How many countries?
I goes to Europe and China and places like that. And there's like Duke Ellington and all those people like that that I loved, you know, and way back there, like jazz, and I still love it. And I love like jazz musicians around here, around the country. I love them, like Bird, you know, Bird. Yes. And I like people like the Neville brothers, you know, and just gobs of musicians that I hang out with in Austin. Like the jazz scene is real strong there, and it's just great, man. The blues scene is strong there, jazz and blues, and soul music. So that's what we into now.
So what does Lavelle White do when she just hangs out at home?
Be quiet. Eat up a lot of food.
Do you cook too?
Yes, I do. Yes.
What's a dish that we might find you cooking when we're
A dish you
home?
might find me cooking is collard greens, cornbread.
See, you're about to make us all hungry.
Collard greens, cornbread, sweet potatoes, cakes, and I like to make Mexican food. I love Italian food, and I love the food from Louisiana, so I'm always trying to fix it.
Indeed.
Yeah, I always love to cook. I like to cook. I love, you know, like, okay, you know, like sometimes you get up, you be cooking like beans or something like that from yesterday. I get up and eat it for breakfast.
All right. do you listen to
really.
music when you're cooking?
Yes.
Who do you listen to?
Really, I listen to church music because being Catholic, I listen to the Catholic stations. I got these Catholic churches one Catholic church that I belong to, and then I got the Catholic music that's all over the world.
So you like chanting?
Yes.
Does that influence your
I
music in
pray
any
a
way?
lot. No, I just pray. I don't chant. I pray.
Yeah.
I pray to God, like, you know, give God praise, thanks, and thank Him for everything that I have and that I don't have. If I don't have, I still thank Him for that. I thank Him for my life, my health, my strength, my freedom. I pray for the world, pray for God to make it a better world, and to bless everybody that's standing in the need of a blessing.
That's great to know that we've been prayed for by Miss Lavelle White and didn't know it.
Yeah, I pray for the whole world. Whole world. I can't stop praying because once you stop praying, you have no feeling for anything, you know? Prayers is the one that reaches everything. God is everything. I would tell everybody this. You know, God is so great, he's letting us live. Every day we walk outside, we don't know what we're walking into, right? We got to pray. We got to give God his apostles. We got to give him his thanks and praise.
We didn't know you were a female preacher, too.
Yeah, I got all of that going on. But you got to, I praise him. Thank you. I praise him with everything I do. I thank him for every morsel of food that I eat, the water that I drink, every step that I make, every breath that I take. That's why I've lived so long.
I think it is. It's gratitude. I got the secret now. Cricket, do you have another question?
I love you too, Cricket, and I'll see you there, okay? Cool.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I love all of you, and I'll see you there. Stand tall, all
Okay,
right?
you can bet everyone here is going to be at your stage.
Yeah, I hope so. They better. Because I'm going to be singing just for you.
Hear
All
that,
right?
Jeff?
And thanks again, Maxine.
My pleasure, my
love
love.
you, sister.
Yes.
You the sweetest.
Thank you. Thank you all so much for coming. Miss Lavelle White, our own Louisiana living legend. Thank you.